welcome to Jenkins and Jonez are Out of Pocket, brought to you by Buckets and the Volume and all of the various corporate overlords.
Jesus. White lives matter. White lives matter.
Oh, God. We're happy to be here, as always. The whole gang is here. We got Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler, Zach.
Are you giving out niggas government names? Hold up.
All right, we say the first name. We just don't say the surname, my friend. You know what I mean?
That was the legend, Josiah Johnson. I'm Mike G, and we've got one ticket punch to the finals. The Warriors are going for, I believe, the 6th time in 8 years, which would make them join Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, the Bill Russell Celtics, the Jerry West Elgin Baylor Lakers, the Showtime Lakers, and Braun over 2 teams, as I think the only teams to go to the final 6 times in 8 years. That's pretty crazy. It's one of those ones you hear it and you're like, oh shit, yeah, huh?
Timmy and I went 6 times in 8 years. No, not in 8 years. No, I'm drunk.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
It seemed like they was going from like 99 to 2014 or something. Like it seemed like it was a 15 years straight of the Spurs have a chance of making the finals, right?
But just odd years, like 99. Oh, you know what I mean? All the odd years, they was all.
They had a gap. They had a gap that makes this gap that the Warriors have had look really small, because they had a gap of like 5 years and then they got back a couple years in a row. So but it's I don't know. I was just looking at that list, like. You can't say they don't belong up there with those teams. Like, they'll be a team 40, 50 years from now. Obviously, they changed the way the game's been played so much. But do you think kind of almost win or lose, they're just in that place with those teams where this is one of the 5 or 6 teams in the history of the league that you have to talk about like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, during their first run, I was like, this is the greatest basketball team I've ever seen. Like, during those KD years, I was like, flat out, I have never seen basketball played at this level. You know what I'm saying? So they'll always go down as like the best basketball team I've ever seen. Now they're stating their case to be one of the best dynasties ever if they can pull this ring off. So, but I want y'all to know, I put on my motherfucking finals hat while I was watching this shit too, because I'm back in the finals now too. It's time to hate again. It's been a while. I haven't been hating in the finals since 2019, but I am back, baby.
Keep hating alive. Yeah. Keep hating alive.
We got a special message for TJ and Twitter. TJ, Twitter, I need you guys to work your magic again. I need you guys to unify the legends. Bring us to Game 5.
Please.
Please.
Oh, man.
We've already dismantled Oracle Arena. It would be great to do the same thing to the Chase Center. I'm taking Steve Nash's shirt.
But Joe, do you want that if it means the Boston Celtics are hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy?
Now is a civil war, right? We're going to have the Warriors versus the Confederacy. You know who we're rooting for.
I'm really
rooting for. The Confederacy is strong, right? Okay? They want to take our liberties away, but we will bounce back battle strong. As lifelong Steph Curry fans, everyone in this group.
The nerds versus the Negro haters. You know what I mean? Who do you choose? Pick your side.
Oh, my God. I missed that version of the Avengers.
John is already working on
that.
John's working on that ABC.
And Negro haters jersey.
Oh, my.
ABC, call John up. He's ready to cut your promo for Game 1.
I got you.
If it ends up being we could talk about the Warriors Mavericks. First of all, the Warriors are going to get some rest. Obviously, they're not the youngest team in the playoffs anymore. Do we think that rest is important? You worried about them losing rhythm on that whole rest versus rush shit? Like, how do you feel about them getting a couple days off here?
I think they'll be fine. Like, we talked on the other pod about how, they taking that step in the second half of their dynasty. They're like the old heads now. Like, we talked about how they were probably going to load manage, motherfucking game, the game they just dropped against Dallas, and they did, it seemed like. So, I think they'll be fine, man. They've been here before. This ain't their first rodeo. It's their 6th in 8 years.
They just beat the Mavs by 20, and Steph was trash. You know what I mean? And that's what's weird about this. Like, We talk about Jordan Poole and Wiggins, and we talking shit. We talking out our ass, and we know it for a fact. The best player on that team is Steph Curry by a fucking trillion miles. And the best player had a bad game. Joe, you don't see it, but he had a bad game. And they still cooking folks. And that's the thing about this Warriors team and this NBA and these finals, you know what I'm saying, is that Steph doesn't have to be full Steph for them to still win. They are the deepest and the most intelligent, you know what I'm saying, and prepared team, to win this chip by far.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that early in the game, right? Steph had like 2 or 4 points, whatever it was. And you're like, he's going to start cooking, and you know that all attempts are going to be futile to stop it. The Mavs chucking up threes, hitting it, trying to cut the game, keep it close, just playing with their emotions. Deep down, you were hoping that we send it to Game 6 back to Dallas because anything's possible. But ultimately knowing that the Warriors were going to prevail. Shout out to Klay coming back after 900-some-plus days to do his thug thizzle. Did Steph deserve the Magic Johnson Western Conference Finals MVP? I don't know. I could have gave it to Maple Jordan, could have gave it to Klay, but I'm rocking with the man. But is he going to win the Finals MVP? That is Andrew Wiggins' trophy. Is going back to Canada where it belongs. Dr. James Naismith.
I'm gonna say
America's
this.
hat.
If Steph scores a point in the finals, he's winning the Finals MVP.
That's how I feel, bro. He has to stink it up. He has to stink it up in a way we've never seen somebody stink it up. But this motherfucker not to get that. It's impossible. It's just as impossible as the Mavs beating the Warriors for him not to get that damn trophy.
Like, if he averages 23 and they lose, he might still get the Finals MVP. You know what I mean? Like, I just
17,
feel like
17. If he averages over 15, win or lose, he's getting that fucking trophy.
Yeah. I think
You talking about Scott Foster fixing some shit. He'll come in there and make sure Steph gets 20 free throws a night if he has to make sure that trophy gets delivered. All right, Andrew Wiggins is getting tossed.
I think for sure the voters want to get it right and let Steph, have one on his resume. I also think that you have to have Steph win the Finals MVP if the Warriors win, because if you don't, it's gonna be slander on that Magic Johnson award. Motherfuckers gonna be calling that a QVC ice cream cone ass award. You know what I'm saying?
Please do.
Yeah, like
making a great summer.
Yeah, you have got to get the Finals MVP, bro, because like I said, the voters want to get it right, and I don't think they want that Magic Johnson award getting clowned either.
Did you hear the nerve of the fucking Warriors fans to boo the announcement of the Magic Johnson MVP trophy? They started booing.
Yeah, what was the purpose of that?
Because
they can't help themselves. They're so
They don't know who Magic
inside.
Johnson is. They've never seen him play. They didn't know he existed. Magic Johnson who? They just started watching basketball fucking 4 years ago. Fuck out of here.
Magic Johnson single-handedly conquered a pandemic. What are we talking about?
Before it was trendy.
Reeling in bones.
No, Charles can't stop me tonight. Charles, you can't stop this. You can't stop this train. No,
so you think they just don't know who he is? They're just going, isn't that the partial owner of the Dodgers? Fuck that guy.
Right. His theaters were ghetto.
Shout out to Magic Johnson
Can we
theaters.
salute the Warriors, the best team that money can buy, the largest salary cap in NBA history, living up to it. So this is what happens when you overspend on players, Genie Bus. You get to raise trophies and win championships. So shout out to them. 180
Don't want to say that she did overspend on players because there's one wrestle.
Yeah, the Lakers were in the luxury tax.
180 mil, Zach.
We did not overspend.
Yeah.
We wasted. There's a difference between overspending and wasting money.
Well, it could be this. No, it could be. It's different,
Top
but it
four.
also is the same. You know,
Top 4 teams. Okay. At 4 Lakers, at 3 Clippers, at 2 Brooklyn, at 1 Golden State.
Things happen,
and only one of those coaches knows how to conserve minutes on a star player. Steve Nash has been watching Steve Kerr sit Steph Curry in the fourth quarter, mystified. Like he's watching a brand new sport. Like, what the fuck is he doing? What is this allowed?
Right. He's cheating. Cheater. Game management.
The janky Achilles, like, get your ass out there and play all 53, Kevin. No breaks. Big
We need you,
bro. That's
we're gonna need you to
basketball.
and we're gonna need you to block 7 shots tonight because we didn't do a defensive scout. Also, by the way.
It's Steve Nash never knew defense.
Okay, so Celtics up 3-2, could close it out tomorrow. Do you think the Celtics close it out or if they don't, do you think they win Game 7? Tyler, who's joining the Warriors in the finals?
Bro, I do not. I don't have a read at all on that Celtics Heat series. I want to lean towards the Celtics. Best player. They've got the advantage, but I just don't know that series is goofy, bro. Like both of those teams like just have these fucking brain farts for like extended periods. I can't get a read on it, but like I said, I guess I'll lean with Boston since best player in the series with Tatum. I guess you could say. They got the 3-2 lead, so why not?
Going into the series, I was saying that they both be having like ups and downs. You know what I mean? Like they got vets. They got a vet in Jimmy, but like a lot of their good players are young players. They're still trying to figure it out. But Jimmy's the one that's been stinging it up. You know what I mean? And they're saying he's hurt. I get it. But I don't know. But I think they look tired. They looked like they didn't look like they were really in it. I think the Celtics probably pull it out.
I always felt like this Heat team was at some point going to start to fade. It surprised me how well they did during the regular season. It's unfortunate for them that Kyle Lowry is clearly not at full strength.
Lowry.
Or is we talked about how Kyle Lowry kind of has a front butt, and that post NBA that thing might be really glorious.
You can see Kyle Lowry's booty from any angle, front, back, side to side.
Front butt better than a mud butt. I'll say that. Front butt better than a mud butt. Okay. All front butt you want.
But
Charles is taking notes. Charles is somewhere in his case.
He's like
taking notes right now.
He's Charles cutting all this shit out, bro. He'd be like, no, editing that.
I think they're gonna. I think we've seen them already start to fade, and I don't think. My question to you guys: does this get Tyler Hero more money or less money? Because they obviously are missing him in these games, and he's maybe not been as useful this series as they had thought. Is he still gonna get his bag?
Yeah. Who else are they gonna give it to? Like.
Give more to Duncan.
They're going to give it to Duncan Robinson again. Yeah.
Golly, Duncan. Bro.
What a life.
Good job, Duncan. Good job. Got paid and said,
Duncan's getting 90 mil to use an elliptical.
Got more money than I'll ever need. Yeah. I'll never have to work a day again in my life. That's how you fucking do it, bro. You know what I mean?
He got $100 million in a podcast. He's like Joe Rogan at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what he's getting paid to do. He's getting paid to podcast, and he doesn't have to talk for 3 hours either. You know what I mean? It's a more reasonable length.
No,
that's a dream life. That's a dream life. You got signed.
Man for that long, bro. You get this 2 hours and 45 minutes, bro. I care about nothing that much. Nothing. Zero fucking things. Jesus, bro, that's a cult.
Jordan Peterson and Ruggin for 3 hours. No, sir.
Bro. Call the face.
Yeah.
Like 87 N-words. Like, hey, just say it. Go ahead and say it.
Well, how many was it? It was over. It was a lot of them.
80-something episodes, yeah.
Like, shit. Goddamn, nigga. I don't even say it that much, and I love it.
Josiah said it for the first time on camera yesterday. You feel me? And this dude had 87 episodes, and you said it twice, bro. You laid it in. I love to see it, Joe. I love to see it, Joe.
The first
Chasing Joe.
Chasing Joe.
Right.
Ding. It just counts up as he closes.
The first Jenkins and Jones we recorded after that story came out, John and Tyler opened the pod by saying, "We're gonna blow Joe Rogan out of the fucking water."
Fucking destroyed Joe Rogan's record. Destroyed it. Listen, Guinness, the most niggas ever said ever in anything. 13,426 niggas in one podcast. Joe Rogan, who? Zach's about to fucking explode. He gets so nervous, dog.
Speaking of,
not as nervous as Ravi used to get. Ravi used to get real nervous. I love him to death. That was
just don't say that, please, John.
Speaking of Celtics fans, I think the atmosphere for the finals. What do you think is best? I think Boston Golden State would be incredible. Like I was watching the stands go crazy in San Francisco for the Warriors today, and I'm just thinking I think that could be special. What do you think? Is that the storyline finals that the league is looking for?
I think Boston, Golden State, the fan bases. I mentioned this to these guys. The idea of Steph coming across midcourt and pumping a three right in fucking from Lucky's stupid fucking face.
When you drop that three.
Delicious. Give me that. I want a 7-game series out of this shit. The idea of him just stepping right 1 foot after another on the face and pulling a three. Give me that. I'm excited because it's very new school versus old school. We never got the Lakers, Warriors, Western Conference Finals, but we're gonna get old school crotchety ass Boston fans all upset at this Warriors team.
Don't you step on Lucky? Don't you dare!
I think Steph's light skin enough to maybe get away with it. You know what I mean? Does he pass the brown bag test?
Not in Boston. Not in Boston.
You got a single scotch. You got a drop of Negro in you. You're a hard R.
Can any of us go to Boston right now? I don't think any of us can pull up out there. That's I'm curious to see.
No,
let's get out there for a game and see what happens. Boston.
Do any of us want to? That's a question that needs to be asked as well. Because hell no.
I've been there once. Don't need to go back.
Of course you were there, Zach. What were you doing there, Bubba? Your little red face when we're saying the N-word, huh? You okay?
No, stop. I was gonna say we have meetings there.
Cut off one head, 2 more tickets, place, John. Okay. Chuck has got on here. I like this. Zion has officially been cleared to play. No restrictions. It's unfortunately on the wrong end of the basketball season, but
no fucking games coming up. Are you ready to go, Zion? Go get him.
Yeah.
It feels a little like me. Yeah, like I've been cleared to fly a fighter pilot right after all of the fighter jets have been grounded for a year or something. You know what I mean? But it's like it's nice to know that conceptually he could play basketball were it to break out. You know what I mean?
Give us that information in September. Yeah. You know what I mean? We don't need to talk about that now.
Yeah.
Dog.
Oh, Zion can play for the Drew League. Like, who cares? He's not going to play.
I would be at the Drew at 6 a.m. in line to see Zion at the Drew.
I would too. There is no way New Orleans will let him do that. There's no way.
And that would be the funniest shit ever. I mean, Zion breaks his arm ripping the backboard down at the fucking Drew.
The idea, though, that had he played in that series against the Suns, they're destroying that Suns team. Yeah. The Suns lose in 5 games if Zion plays.
I don't even know if we ever got to talk about the Suns ever again, dog. That you know what I'm saying? No, I think, bro, we don't give a fuck about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all lied to us for 2 seasons. We're tired. You know what I mean? Go over there with that bullshit, G. Fuck them, dog. Bro, they really fucking lost to the Mavs, bro. Just Luka, basically. Come on, dog. We don't talk about them boys no more. That's why you mention them.
Charles has down here, and I love this. Bradley Beal says he's leaning towards a $250 million extension with the Wizards this summer. It would be in the top 5 largest extensions signed in NBA history. And he asks, smart move, ? And I'm going to say yes.
Hell yeah.
Your money.
A $250 million at DMV's a great place to live. Fuck winning. Who gives a fuck?
Leaning towards that motherfucker is perpendicular to the ground. He's you know what I'm saying? Leaning. I think he's more than leaning towards a $250 million. You know what I mean?
We knew. I think it was Haynes that told us when I was at Yahoo. We were like, would Bradley Beal become a Laker? And
you said he was standing up. Is what you said.
Hey, I thought nothing of it too. I was like, yeah, he cooking. He cooking.
That's a gym. That's a bar. This is completely fucking wrong.
Like 4-syllable words, get it. 4
At least I caught myself. Shit, that could have got ugly.
Hey, it's a lot of broke motherfuckers with trophies, so give me my bag always. I'll buy a fucking trophy.
They sell them shits at Big Lots.
Bro,
You feel me?
I know someone that bought. I knew someone that bought trophies. I'm not going to tell the story.
No, Zach.
No, sir.
You can omit the names to protect the guilty here, but we need to hear this shit.
Okay. All right. So my dad was at someone's house once. Gay walks in and he sees all these trophies lined up on the wall, and he's like, "You were good at swimming, like this good, state champions, state diving champions, this." And he looks at the guy and he's like, "You were this good at swimming?" And he goes, "Oh no, I bought all of those." And my dad just had to like act like, oh, okay, like yeah.
Were there mannequins in the next room?
I cannot. No, I can't give any further details. So, I'm gonna.
I love how we get off.
But very odd.
No,
I love,
okay.
Yeah. I'll tell the story after. But to the Bradley Beal point, we knew when I was at Yahoo, we talked with Haynes about this because I remember asking him, like, do you think the Lakers could get Bradley Beal? And he goes, Bradley Beal is going to stay wherever he's getting paid the most money, and that is all that is in his periphery. And like, why, bro? That's generations and generations and generations and generations of money. Like, who gives a shit? Yeah, get your bag. Like, of course. So good for Bradley
I think
Beal.
winning is great. Championships are great. Like, I understand getting to the end of your career and chasing them and all that, but $250 million is just one of those numbers that just kind of like removes any other thought from your brain. I feel like, you know what I mean? I don't have any other goals. Like, any other goal I have in life could be taken care of by $250 million. Like,
if my, like, you know, championships, all you said, it's all great, but if my legacy is like my great grandkids saying I don't have to work because this motherfucker took the bag, fuck everything else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I just couldn't imagine turning that amount of money down for anything.
I could not imagine passing on Powerball money to prove some motherfuckers on Twitter wrong about you. Like, fuck everybody, bro.
I'm a winner.
Yeah, $250 million, kiss my ass.
$250 million, that makes you a winner in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
He's broke like us, but he got a ring.
He needs to buy himself some trophies, some Bradley Beal trophy. Present yourself the Bradley Beal trophy at the end of your season every year, Brad. For real.
Look at that bank account.
Fuck everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's $250 million. You can take $1 million, build a gold statue yourself, and be like, "This is my award."
This is the Bradley Beal Award presented by Bradley Beal to Bradley Beal for making the smartest business deciation of the year. Congratulations.
Pay for a ceremony and all that shit, dog. Make it a big deal. You got the bread. You feel me?
Bro, the thing people forget is he could get the $250, cash all that money, or put it all in the bank account, right? And then do a 1 year, $1 million deal on some team and just help cash and get a ring. Like, yeah, who cares?
All right, I have one more on Chuck's list, and then I have some nonsense I'm going to throw at the end. But Charles says, "No, hold on. We got one more." Okay. Apparently, J. Cole just played his first game in the CBL, and I'm curious. My question to everyone here is, why is one thing not enough? Like, why does every athlete I know want to be a rapper, and why does every rapper I know think they could apply themselves and become a professional athlete? These seem like the careers that should be enough. You know what I mean?
What was his numbers like? Did you know the numbers?
Yeah, what were the numbers?
I know he averaged. We said he averaged 1.7 in Rwanda, or 0.7. You know what I mean?
Did you say 0.7? He didn't average a point?
Like 0.7 in Rwanda, maybe 1.7, maybe he averaged over a point. Yeah, you said he had what?
What do you?
Chuck, what'd you say?
Showing up like the voice of God.
Get that Wi-Fi together, my boy. Come on, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's a wrap.
Chuck in purgatory right now.
All right, sorry, J. Cole. We don't know how many points you scored. Okay, I want to talk about the legend, big game James Worthy, with the quote of the fucking century. The best hating in history. Tyler, you have to tell me what vintage this is. This is some 1878 oak casket aged hating from fucking James Worthy. He said,
I'm excited.
He said, quote, about today's NBA players, all they do is practice threes, get tattoos, and tweet.
That sounds great.
I mean,
it's a bar.
I think he wanted that to look like an insult. I was like, that's a great fucking life. Like, I wish I could do that's like two of the things that I do. With my free time is like get tatted and fucking tweet. Like, only thing I don't do is not play in the NBA. And it's like, bro, for one, that shit come from James Worthy, bro. You're a Laker in the 80s. Like, of course, you got some rings, but let's not act like you're singular focused. You were just maniacally dedicated to basketball when you were a fucking Laker in the 80s. Like,
when you hear any story that says Magic Johnson and a teammate were blank, the teammate was James Worthy.
Right. That man caught a charge on game night. Game night, showed up at halftime, suited up, because he wanted to have the company of a special lady that night. And the police said, you cannot do that. That's illegal. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I remember watching that game on television as a kid. I'm like, damn, why'd he pull up so late? Like, the game already started.
Yeah, out here
Chick having
around.
to be discreet. Having to be discreet with the, you know what?
He got busted in a prostitution sting 2 hours before a game in Houston. Showed up in the second quarter, and then a $500 bail, by the way. And then the next night played 39 minutes against the Rockets and put up 24 points, and they won.
See, I bet he wishes he had Twitter back then, though, because you could have got that off in the DM.
He'd have been a beast on Instagram. Big James would have been doing numbers on goddamn Instagram.
Them DMs would have been going crazy, baby. Filth in them DMs.
Can you imagine Prime Magic with IG? Shit.
He'd have been thotting on IG.
Imagine
he'd have had them thighs out. He'd have had them thighs out for sure.
Mike and Tiger not having IG and Twitter is the greatest thing for them. And no camera phones for both of them.
This is Tiger Woods. This is Tiger.
Hey, it's Tiger's text that got leaked to the porn star was the nastiest, saddest shit I've ever heard.
I don't heard. Can you pull that up? I am interested in seeing what he said. I did
no. I can't.
Zach, pull it up. Pull it up, Zach. Pull it up.
Can you read it in a Tiger voice?
Yeah, we need to
read it.
Yes, please. Read it in the Tiger voice. Pull the Tiger voice out, man.
Chuck's trying to kick me out of this thing so fast.
You can't
Tiger text messages unedited.
We already off the rails.
20 raunchy text messages Tiger Woods sent to Mistress Jocelyn James.
Real quick. Find a real musty. Find one with some real stank on it. You know what I mean?
Is Jocelyn James a porn star? Because that's for sure a porn star name, bro.
Yeah, for sure. It has to be.
Yeah.
I told Mike before, like, I thought Keira Knightley was a porn star, and if that's not a porn star name,
just off the name.
Yeah, she's one of those actresses that everyone
she's
the over.
She's the chick from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Let's just
John and Tyler did not know white actors and actresses.
I watched the movie. I watched it multiple times. I can't see the face, but please read the tweet or the text.
Oh, I know. Not at all. Just glad and surprised I can do that to you. I'm all clean. Come down, smile face. I like when you do that to me. End of text. Next text.
I like when you do that to me. Wow. Clear communication. I'll give it to him, though.
I can't believe
Zach, get grimy, because there's some grimy shit. I mean,
there were some really bad
I want to
ones.
be deep inside you. I need that so bad.
I've been there, bro. I've been there. I need that so bad. I've been that guy, but not exactly those words, but I need that so bad.
Like Gomez Adams. Like,
bro, I can't.
He's part of the fucking Adams family. That chick was creepy as hell, dog. What did you do? You say that? Wait, Tom, you said you said that before?
I see Chuck highlighting stuff on the documentary.
I have expressed that sentiment. We all have. Not that I need that so bad. You ain't say I need that money. You know what I'm saying?
Let me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying I'm trying to get deep inside of you. I'm trying to get deep inside of you.
That's some Hannibal Lecter shit.
Right. Jesus
all right.
He sounds like old boy from Independence Day. He was What's the dude that like took somebody's body? What was that motherfucker? Take me to your leader, guy.
Oh, you talking about
That's Men in Black, bro. That's Men in Black.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Men in
About Men in
Black.
Black.
That's Men in Black. I'm trying to
You
get
talking
deep
about
inside
sugar plus water guy?
Right. They want you so bad.
Did you guys see Winnie the Pooh has hit the public domain? Did you see the still images of the Winnie the Pooh horror movie someone is making called Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey?
I love that somebody tweeted poo and blood don't mix, but God bless the public domain though for fucking up just great pieces of work.
Yes.
Blood and Honey that's a cold ass title, bro. That's not like some Communist Manifesto type shit. Like I fuck with it, man. It's gonna be a terrible movie, but I might be locked in for that, bro.
That sounds like a Dom Kennedy song to me, bro. Like that's what that sounds like to me, bro.
You think about the Monies and Honey. Oh, when you had that Monies and Honeys.
That was horrible. I love that album. That song was horrible.
Hey, they have Steph and Draymond outside the stadium doing inside the NBA. They're like making the walk through the crowd right now.
I hope Jackson is prepared to just jump in there and record a podcast mid inside the NBA hit.
Yeah.
So for people who are Outta Pocket fans, not Jenkins and Jonez fans, our producer Jackson at Jenkins and Jonez is a huge Celtics fan and is also the person who produces Draymond's pod. So I am super fascinated by how that's going to go.
He's a world-renowned artiste as well.
That's true. He's an acclaimed painter.
Great painter.
I'm trying to get my hands on it.
Jackson Saffon.
It still ain't made me a painting. I hit him up dead serious, like, yo, make me a LeBron. I will pay for the shit. I will give you whatever you need. He's still big time me. So Jackson, give me my fucking LeBron painting.
He big time for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Super producer Jackson.
He said, sorry, Darky.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's the next subject?
That's
we
my
can't
nickname.
do Jackson like
That's
that.
my nickname.
I got my nickname. It's affectionate. It's affectionate. It's a running joke between us. Do
you guys want me to read some more Tiger texts?
Yeah, and then I got one more nonsense topic.
I found the bad ones.
Found the good ones.
Give us two of the bad ones.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, here's one. I know you have tried every positing imaginable, but what turns you on besides a DP?
Position,
yes, he meant position, but he said positing.
Come on,
double penetration.
Come on, John. Step your filth game up here.
Oh,
this is all new to me, gentlemen. I don't know.
Are you talking about a director of photography?
That's what I thought. I mean, bro, I just be doing shit. I don't know this motherfucking shit got names. What the
fuck? What frontier is out there beyond double penetration? Like, why even ask that question? Isn't that like the most extreme you can possibly get? There's something.
Why are you trying to put two hot dogs in one bun? Okay, one bun for one hot dog. One bun for one hot dog.
No, I feel like a lawyer. I'm like diving across the table. Don't answer that question.
I think he's saying there's two buns.
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question.
It's two hot dogs in one bun.
No.
Was that two text messages? Do you still owe us one more?
Tower
situation.
Still owe us
one more text message?
Or Tyson.
I owe you one more?
Put your hand down.
I'm just saying.
All right. One more, and then I have a completely different topic.
No, I think we're done. I think
no. I gotta. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay.
We still have a job, so we're not there yet. We got to keep.
You're saying we shouldn't have Zach further read text. That's what you're saying, John.
Yeah, that's what. But we can if that's where you want to go.
Oh.
Nah, I think let's leave it to the chat.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The YouTube chat's down right now.
So that counts as yes. Yeah. So that's what that means.
Okay. All right. The last topic I had marked down, and I think one second.
Rather says, my wife. What the fuck are y'all talking about? This isn't basketball. No, brother, it isn't.
That's why John was. Why John was over there like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'll holler at you later tonight. You feel me? We're gonna read some of these Tiger texts. You ever heard of DP?
Jesus Christ. If you need a place to stay this weekend, you can crash on our couch, bro. You just let me know.
These scares are gonna pop out like a fucking like Jason around this motherfucker. That'd be cool.
All right. No less than 15 people tweeted at me to make sure that I brought this to our collective attention. The NASA Goddard Station, which is the research facility that NASA has that's looking at underwater, since as John has pointed out, that's where the aliens are, is underwater.
That's where they are.
There is a volcano called the Cavachi volcano in the Solomon Islands that is home to 2 species of sharks, as well as the most active submarine volcano in the Pacific. It has been erupting basically nonstop since October. And because it's erupting, these sharks are coming out of the volcano. And these are sharks that have mutated to live inside of an actively erupting underwater volcano. They've adapted to where, because sharks have they're like made of cartilage, right? They're like the cartilage is like more gelatinous, like they're squishier than a regular shark. That's been one of the adaptations. And I just have to say, the news has been absolutely horrific around the world for the last month. And I would love some 1994, when we were all little kid shit, like mutant fucking volcano sharks. I don't care if this is a teaser for the new Giannis movie, that they're just going to get us some street shark fucking content out here. I just love mutant volcano sharks taking over the world. That is the apocalypse I'm fucking looking for.
Teenage Mutant Volcano Sharks. We need to get the motherfucker. We need to hop on that shit. We need to get the cartoon going, the action figures pressed up, all that shit. But I guess the question I would have is, they can't survive outside that volcano, right? Like, I'm sure they probably freezing to death. They can't quote unquote breathe or whatever the ocean, if it's different from the volcano shit, right? Like the whole chemical shit.
Okay, so let's cast the movie. Let's cast the Teenage Mutant Volcano Shark movie. Tyler is the scientist in Act 1 who tells us everything's gonna be fine. I'll be the guy. I'll be the first victim. How about that? I'll be the guy that's like, Tyler said everything's fine, and then I'm like fell asleep at the beach and I woke up with no head. You know what I mean?
I just want to be LL Cool J in Deep Blue Sea. I just want to be LL.
My head is like a
or Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. character.
He didn't.
And that was a cold ass movie. All right, deeper, bluer.
How amazing is this planet, though? Mutated sharks that exist within volcanoes. We get to live here. It's crazy, bro.
Everything but our species is pretty fucking sweet.
Right, that's a fact. We're pretty fucking lame. We're the aliens.
Hey,
we don't belong
I want to
here.
ask: Has anyone in here watched? Has anyone in here watched the? So they have Planet Earth, right?
Yeah.
You know that Apple TV created a
Prehistoric Planet,
dinosaurs.
narrated by David Attenborough. Yes.
Listen, bro. Listen.
I'm hornier than Tiger, bro. Looking
I
at
haven't
that
seen it
shit,
yet.
dog. I can't fucking.
I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but they came out the gates on fire. The first motherfucking shit they showed you was some shit doing some shit that you ain't never seen them do before. You was like, oh shit. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm not gonna spoil anything either, but I will say that thing that is doing something you've never seen it do, there is, from what I've been told, footage later in the documentary of it having sex. So
Jesus Christ, this is a nasty episode. Can you send
one
me
more
that-
time your text for the
Hey,
road? No,
this
I'm kidding.
episode has
Send me
been
that
cooking since
information, though,
like
Mike. I need to
2023.
go ahead and tap in after this. Send me that info.
Which info?
Yeah, I gotta go on.
That info of the codes, the password, and the
So
I can get my access to that.
That's not the info I thought we were talking about. Yes, I'm happy to send you that info for sure.
Yeah, that's what I need. I don't need anything else. Jesus Christ.
All right, give us one last text for the road, Zach.
Oh, God.
How did this turn into the Tiger Text episode? That shit came out of nowhere. That's why I love this show. Fuck the
Hey, it's
rundown.
me,
Do what you want to
Tiger.
do.
Hi, it's Tiger. Then I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up while I slap your face and pull your hair
I
from
got a
making
question.
noises.
I got a question for
Come on,
Zach and
son.
Mike.
All right, yes.
Question for Zach and Mike.
Yep.
If Tiger Woods, instead of his name starting with a T, it started with an N,
Yeah.
how would you pronounce that?
Bro, let's
Don't
go.
answer it. Don't answer it.
Y'all be cool.
That's all the time we've got. Jenkins and Jonez are out of pocket.
Oh, hello, Buckets. Did you enjoy that video? Well, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to the channel, check out some of the other videos we have. They're all fantastic. Also, like the video and make sure to comment on it, anything you want to tell any of us.